I read a really prescient quote from you where you said, quote, "The economy is us. You cannot divorce the two, and there is a trade-off." And I'm wondering if maybe you can comment on that, because it seems to me that the government has kind of sold us this choice. It's save lives or you can have the economy, when in fact, not only, I believe, can you have both, but you almost need both. You can't divorce one from the other. And I want to get your thoughts on that. Because I think a lot of times people can't see the economic damage, but of course we're shown the statistics and deaths every day. Just want to get your thoughts on that.
Well, of course, there is always a cost-benefit analysis to be done of any major intervention in society, and have almost never been such a massive intervention as lockdowns that we are experiencing right now. And the total harms that those are doing, I believe, almost certainly massively outweigh the benefits in terms of possible lives saved from COVID. Unfortunately, the government has never done, as far as I've seen, a serious, proper analysis of that, the cost of lockdowns relative to the benefits. So it's really tough for us as citizens, business leaders, and whoever we are, to believe that they know what they're doing and that it's the right choice they've made. I think that the reason why lockdowns are so devastating is that they isolate us all. They take away our civil liberties. They mean almost certainly that people are not receiving the diagnoses and treatments in health terms that they should for serious ailments like cancer and heart disease. They are obviously disrupting businesses and employment in a massive way. And recessions and unemployment, for example, it's known can cause terrible health outcomes for those who are depressed or anxious. I think the government's propaganda as regards the dangers and risks of COVID have frightened the country, frankly, out of its senses. And our passivity in the face of these draconian measures has, I think, been one of the more distressing aspects of this whole episode, that we have not cherished our freedoms and our rights as much as we should have, so that we can't meet with people we would like to, we can't go and earn a living, practice our trades, and the accumulated damage to our mental health and to the economy and to physical health is really extraordinary. And, if you look at it in very simplistic terms, the reason why the first lockdown was launched was to protect the NHS. The NHS costs at least £140 billion a year. And in a year like this, it's probably 200 billion all in, if you include all the COVID measures. How are we to pay for that? And that is a fundamental truth about all this. If the economy, Bank of England say the economy will shrink in Britain this year by about 11%, that will be the worst recession in history, full stop. And almost certainly a worse recession downturn than virtually any other comparable economy, except perhaps Spain. And that itself tells us that the government have not done things wisely. In fact, we're so much worse off than other countries. And by the way, it's not as if we've preserved more lives, because the death toll has been high relatively in this country from COVID. So we are in quite a mess. And I get very disappointed that people like me, who have been, in my modest way, speaking out since April as regards the collateral damage and demanding, a proper balanced conversation. We're all dismissed as extremists. We are not taken seriously. And people get angry towards us. And yet, society only advances. We only improve things through proper debate and discussion, through challenge and thinking about things hard, not having a single tunnel vision, a monomania on a specific disease with no consideration of the implications for all other aspects of society.